Hello, it is Chloe Lyon from our brand new SHS cooking channel. So today we will be cooking chocolate chip cookies, and this recipe takes around 30 minutes. These are all the ingredients you will need. I will put the measurements on the screen. You can cook by yourself or watch the entire video. First of all though, safety tip, tie up your hair. You don't want hair in your food, and this makes it so it's less likely to do so. Secondly though, we gotta wash our hands because we're working with eggs and we don't want any diseases and stuff on our food. So you gotta wash them thoroughly. You can also wash your eggs, but I didn't really do that, so probably wash them. You should probably do that. Okay, so you need a spatula as well, and this should be common sense, but some people it doesn't click. So when you go in with your spatula is to get the wets down from the bottom that sink to the bottom up to the top, so it like moisturizes the whole thing. But don't shove the spatula in when the mixer is running, because it could grab your hand and hurt you, or it could break your utensil, and that's both bad. So please don't do that. Turn it off and then do it, please. On the right hand of the machine, there is this lock. This keeps it from moving up and down when you're mixing tough things like hard butter. If you move this thing, it unlocks it and you can open the machine. The first ingredient is one cup and 1/4 cup sugar. This is one of the wet ingredients. Even though it's a solid, it is considered a wet ingredient because of how easily it turns into a liquid when you add water, okay? That's why it's a liquid. You don't even gotta be real precise about this, but. And then you put it in the machine. And 1/4 cup, if you don't have a 1/4 cup, because not a lot of people do, it is also 12 teaspoons. So you could just count that out if you want to. Then you add a 1-for-1, since we did 1 cup and 1/4 cup sugar, you add a cup and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, you can make brown sugar by adding the same amount of sugar, and I believe it's 8 teaspoons of molasses. Molasses is just refined sugar. So over here, this is the speed dial of how fast you want your mixer to be. Since this is just sugar and stuff, and we're not actually whipping anything, we're gonna put it on 1. And boom, they mix together. Next part, you need 1 cup butter and a half. On the back of your butter, it should have a little measurement table of how much butter you are using. This is a 1/2 cup of butter, so we need 3 to get a 1.5 cups. You need this softened as well. If you don't have it sitting out on your table overnight, it probably is too hard. You could put it in a microwave or in a saucepan for like 30 seconds. Which I also have to do because I high-key forgot. Testing the butter. Yeah, I low-key had to put it back in because it wasn't soft enough. Ooh, butter. Before that clip, I totally didn't spill it on the floor a little bit. Yeah, it did not happen. Now I'm just gonna mash it so it's just like more uniform, I guess. Damn, this is kind of taking too long. 1 second. Now pour it all in. This will look a tad bit gross because there are butter chunks inside a pile of sugar, but it's fine. You're fine. It will look normal later. Don't worry about it. It will be fixed. All you gotta do is turn on the machine and have it stir for a little while, and it will look a little gray, a little suspicious, but you're fine. As that's going, you can put in your 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 3 eggs. This is a really big recipe, by the way. This makes at least like 3 to like 6 batches. So probably half this if you want to make it. If you're halving this, there is a lot of 1/4 cups. Half of a 1/4 cup is a 1/8 cups, and I don't know if they make a 1/8 cup, so I just put 6 teaspoons. I mean, if you put 3 or 6, math. You could probably look it up online. It's readily available. So, put in your vanilla. If you spill over it, it's not a big deal. Just like put the next teaspoon in a little smaller than the other one. Doesn't really matter either. It could just taste more like vanilla. I don't know. Just, yeah. Ugh. I'm never really good about cracking eggs. That's more of a my mother thing. So I do the 2-hand method and bang it against something. Some people can do the 1-hand thing, and that's very cool and suave. I am not one of those people. If you get an egg in there, like an eggshell in there, probably take it out, but if it's not too big, you could probably just leave it. I haven't yet. I'm actually doing a good job this time. Let's see. Ooh, didn't get an eggshell in there. Let's go. This should be the look of and like consistency of the batter right now. It's very liquidy and it doesn't hold shape very well. You can also do like the little peak method to get the consistency, but honestly it's not necessary. Oh no, you saw my lightweight waterboard joint compound. Oh no. I'm using that as a stand, don't worry. That's not going into the food. Alright, now we're getting into the solids and powders and stuff. So this is like the dries. We need 4 cups and 1/4 of flour. This can be like, this is just general flour. You don't need a specific kind of flour for this. You just go in there and pack it down. And then you do that 4 more times. I mean 3 more. Math. So that is a lot of flour. That is a lot of flour. So when you turn on this machine, either you take that and like kind of dig it into the wets already, or you turn it onto the slowest setting, because if you don't, it will come up into your face. From experience, I know this. We're not to that part yet though, so we're gonna take our baking soda and salt and put it in there. For the baking soda, you need 2 teaspoons. This helps it rise and not be flat on the bottom, so. Every baking soda can, I mean, not can anymore, well, box, has this part of the thing that you can smooth out your like measurements on if you want to be really precise. There we go. Okay. And next part is 1/2 thing of salt. Good thing I have a mat on the ground. So. And then you mix it. See, You can see the flour coming out. It's a lot of flour. And this is what the wok is for. My machine is so old, it's taking a second, dude. You can hear it struggling. Yeah, there we go. So, this is kind of like clay. This is a lot of just dough. So, it's gonna make your machine, because of the weight, work harder. So, it should also be around this consistency. Look. Yeah. It doesn't stretch a lot, but it's pretty malleable and soft. Like, yeah, that should be the consistency. This is a little sticky. Oh, it's because the butter was melted and not just softened. I put it in for a little while. Taxes. If you melt your butter to the point where it is a bit oily, that is fixable. All it takes is patience. The butter will solidify eventually, so it won't have that texture anymore. But right now I'm making 2 batches. One to eat at home for my brother and my family. The second one to put in the refrigerator for you guys. So yours will probably not be oily. I'm putting these in the oven just for the sake of this video. The settings for your oven is you put it on bake, and then on the thing you go, I think it is 375. It's around the point of caramelization. And this is preheating, so it will take like 10 minutes. You're fine though. You can wait. Look at that thing. The next step is to add chocolate chips. This is 100% a personal preference thing. You can add as many or as little chocolate chips as you want. If you cannot even put chocolate chips in it if you don't want to. You can just have sugar cubes. That's basically what it is. But I like chocolate chips, and I believe this bag is like, this is one of the smaller bags, so I'm gonna probably put the whole thing. Yeah, I'm gonna put the whole thing. Ah, oh, mistakes happen. I'll probably put those in the bag. Yeah. This is how I was looking. You put it in there, and you put it on lock for this one because of the amount, and also the chocolate chips just sometimes make it go crazy. So that's how it's looking. Honestly, because it's a smaller box and I also was eating chocolate chips, this is not as many chocolate chips as I usually would put, but we're gonna live with it, okay? Okay, this doesn't have anything to do with like the recipe, but one of the floor chocolate chips kind of looks like a cross. Jesus Christ compels you. Yeah, I just thought that was neat. This has nothing to do with anything. Time for the part that I dread. I literally hate this part. But you take one of these things, or your hands, or even an ice cream scooper if you don't want to use your hands or touch it. You could wear gloves if you want. So you take one of these. It got a little thing in it to like take the dough out when you ball it up, and you look over here. You remove the bowl by twisting. Oh, my cat was just being crazy. This is a little hard because it will be stuck to the little top thing. So you just, where's my spatula? Oh, there it is. You take your spatula and you scrape it off. And then you give this to your family because they love licking the stuff off of the stirry thing. So, there we go. You take it off, you put it over near your thing. Placemat. You could put wax paper on you if you want, but it's really not necessary. Like, I never do it, honestly. So. See, like that? And then you just go, boom. These are a little bigger than my usual, so I will have to not put as many on the patch. So this is gonna take a long ass time. Be safe, okay? Put that in there for 7 or 9 minutes, okay? I'm gonna put 8 because I always do the middle option. So, you can take this out whenever you want though. You can take it out before and you can eat it with ice cream. I've done that before. It tastes really good and it complements each other like hot and cold. Yeah. Put on your mitts. I have accidentally touched the metal with my hands. It really hurts and you might have to go to the doctor. So, at the very top, there's a little bit of browning. That's what you want. Okay, so if you have any kind of table, even if it's like stone or wood, you should probably put down mats so you don't burn your table and have someone yell at you, because it will burn. I have learned this. I have epoxy table, it melted the plastic. Oopsies. Right now I'm taking all the extras and putting wax paper and putting them in the fridge. But dang, look at these like spiffy cookies we got there. They're real good and I hope you enjoy them. I'll put a picture of the recipe at the end of this.